Noxcrew! Hey guys, it's Avondale. Happy New Year to you all. I'm back here with a quick update video today just to talk a little bit about what's going on my channel, where I've been for the past couple of months, what I'm going to do in these next couple months, which should be a little bit easier for me to make videos. So first of all, I'm on Super Steve Runner. I'm actually going to talk about that in a little bit. I just wanted to be on here so that I could give you guys something to look at in the background while I was talking. So we're just going to go ahead and run some levels here and see if it works, of course. So, first of all, the Noxcrew Gameshow Survival Server series is definitely still happening. People have been playing on that server quite a bit lately. We are getting back in the swing of things, and we're looking to take that server back to the next level that it was originally when we did a lot more videos on it. The stuff with Lobster World, Lobsterland, is definitely still happening, but in the time since I've played last, I've actually done a lot of work specifically on the house that I have on the server, as well as a little bit of work on Zoidmart and then some other projects on the side, and so when we get back into that game, we're gonna take a look at some of those things for sure. Aha! I just found a bug in Super Steve Runner while I was running it. This is kind of cool. So I guess I'll talk about this real quick. Super Steve Runner, we are working on it. You see this little thing right here? Walking over this line needs to start the time on the right-hand side of the screen. If it doesn't start the time on the right-hand side of the screen, the level can't finish, and that's why I wasn't able to finish it. So I have a fix for that, but the main thing that I've been trying to get on Super Steve Runner right now is just how does it handle when multiple people play the game? How can we handle holding multiple people at once? How do we handle it if somebody quits in the middle of the game? A bunch of stuff like that, and it's all actually coming out. It's turning out really well. This is the first time I've felt confident that it actually works without breaking all the way through. So I'm pretty happy with it. We tested it last night with a couple of the patrons, and it seemed like it was going well. Also want to talk about Gameshow, right? So, Gameshow has been on a bit of a hiatus. We've done a few Gameshow lives. We have done the Insomnia live shows as well. Gameshow is currently... I don't really know how much I want to say on it, but there's a secret project that may or may not happen, and we can't really do anything with Gameshow until we figure out if the secret project is going to happen or not. So, we're going to figure that out first, and then go from there. But as soon as we decide one way or another what's happening with Gameshow, we will be basically redoing everything that you've already seen. We'll basically be redoing everything you've seen in the game show from scratch. We're talking about pretty much an entire redstone redo of the entire server, just because of the things that 1.9 are going to bring us. So that is almost certainly a thing. It's going to be interesting to see where Gameshow is going to take us in the future. We do still have the community matchup in mind, for sure, but it's one of those things that we're not able to do until some other projects fall into place. So trust me, we haven't forgotten about it. I miss doing it as much as you do. I've been asked by quite a few people if Let's Build a Gameshow game is going to be back when we bring Gameshow back, and the answer is yes, absolutely. And I have a bunch of plans to make the next version of Let's Build a Gameshow game even more interactive than the original one. I want the community to be able to make a lot more of the decisions that go into building the games. So I'm pretty excited to get back to working on that. Last thing I want to talk about is other games, right? I pretty much only have ever played Minecraft on this channel. I don't know if I've ever uploaded another one. And I'm sort of interested in hearing what some of you guys who watch my videos think, but I would like to add some content for some other videos onto my channel, not necessarily because I think I'm a fantastic Let's Player or anything, because I'm sure it would be awful, but I want something on the channel where I can just go on and talk about stuff that I need to talk about with the Noxcrew, or things that have happened in my personal life, stuff like that. And that's not something that I feel like I can talk about. I certainly can't talk about it on the survival server because it breaks the fourth wall if I talk about real life. I don't ever have time to talk about it in any of the Redstone videos because I'm too busy explaining things. So I'm looking at bringing in some other games just to fill that void so I can update people on what's going on, talk about some behind the scenes stuff on the Noxcrew Gameshow survival server. Speaking of which, I forgot to mention, we're going to wait to update to 1.9 until it comes out. We're still on the snapshots, but we stopped before the Elytras came out because there were a bunch of unstable snapshots in a row, and we figured we'd rather just have it be stable and do it as a big event when everybody can get on together and go hunting for Elytras. Anyways, I want to introduce some other games, so they're going to be some random stuff. I actually already have the perfect game for it, and I might give it a try today. And it's not always necessarily going to be me. I want to bring in a couple other people to play some of these games with. There's people from the Noxcrew, or even some of our contestants from the game show who play games with me all the time. And I want to bring some of them on to have some people to talk to and just share some of the things that we do on a everyday basis. At least the viewable things with some other people. So you ought to expect to see some of those coming back. You will see the survival server pop back on my channel very, very shortly as well. And I have I've done a lot of work since my last video. I haven't really had a great opportunity to film for about 3 months, and I guess I better talk about that too. So some of you know what my job is, some of you don't. If you do know what my job is, I ask you to keep that private, but my job involves crazy amounts of work between the beginning of October and the beginning of January, and so that time period is always crazy for me. I'm out the other side now. It's great. I made it out alive, which is always a good thing, and the next few months are really lazy at my job. I guess lazy is a bad word for it, but there are a lot fewer customers that come in. There's a lot less people needing my services, so I'm able to take a little bit more time off, and I'm also a lot more relaxed and ready to do things like this when I'm at home. So keep that in mind. You will hopefully see a lot more of me. I definitely like to be around a lot more than I am, and as we get closer and closer to some more of our events and some more of our projects being released, we will definitely see some more content coming out from me. It's one of the hardest things about doing the work that I do on my channel is I can't show a lot of the stuff that I do until the projects come out, because we do a lot of our work behind the scenes. So I will try to update you guys as much as I can on some of this other stuff, but in the meantime I hope that we have enough other content coming out to hold you guys over until we get to the bigger releases, such as this map right here, which is very close to being finished. And I say that take that with a grain of salt, but the biggest issue holding this map back for the longest time has been redstone, and it hasn't necessarily been the capabilities of doing the map, because it's always been really possible to get it finished. It has been Mojang updating and changing things, and it's scary to redstone when you know things are going to be changed, because you're just going to have to do it all over again. If you guys remember back to the spawn chunk videos from the Gameshow server and you look at all that stuff that I built there, literally everything in that spawn chunk is obsolete now, and I have to start again from scratch to do the game show when we get back onto it. And I would be terrified to have something like that happen with Super Steve Runner, because we're going to release it to the public, and then people are going to have this map potentially forever. There will be people who speed run it like crazy and play it over and over again, and we want to give them the best experience that we can. We want to make sure that the map is going to keep from breaking, that they don't have to re-download it over and over again. So we are making sure to take the time to solve all the bugs. The good news is every significant issue that I had making this map, I guess, is now solved, and we are just... I have to take my redstone and basically clone it to make all the other worlds work. The world that I did was the test world that I've been programming on for the last couple weeks or so, and as soon as I get those applied over to the other worlds and the extra worlds, etc., then we'll get some music on, we'll get some voices on, we'll get the resource pack finished up, and then it'll come out. and we are really excited for that day. So anyways, I think I hit all the stuff I wanted to say for now. I'm going to go ahead and cut this video and get it up so you guys can see it pretty shortly. And then I'm going to work on recording some other stuff, so hopefully my channel can feel a little bit busier again. So if you've listened this far, appreciate it. I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments about some of the stuff I was talking about. Maybe some stuff I didn't talk about that you'd like to see. I'm always open to suggestions because suggestions make it easier for me to come up with ideas. So, again, I've been Avondale. Thanks for watching.